So for my birthday, when we went over there, a friend did purchase me a plug. We'll just call it a plug.
That moves, oscillates. I believe was the word you used.
Oscillating. Well, you got to get. It's what loosens up the muscle. I don't want to know what's on my feet. That's what I get for walking around barefoot around here. I think it looks like that orange coating off the floor.
Stain from the floor.
Looks like I have stain on my foot.
Okay,
maybe I should start wearing shoes around here.
Oh, God. Yeah. And are we getting this on? Is this recording?
Yeah, we are running.
Yay, good, because I want to get that on there. So here we go. Pro tip. Don't walk around your workplace barefoot.
I think everybody already knew that except for me, probably.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on, shall we?
We shall.
I got a few two things.
Two things. All right. Where you want to start today?
I want to start with some DIY at the lake oopses.
Oh.
So, I just got back from vacation.
I do. Okay. I want to say usually your DIY or your fixes, your redneck fix, what do you ever want to call it? I watched you mess up a cooler. But you found a good solution to get the strap back on to keep it. So I've seen this in action out at the lake house. Sometimes it works out for you. This time, not so much.
Well, honestly, and I think the reason I want to talk about this is I finally get to throw my wife under the bus. Guys get the biggest rap about, the whole Tim Taylor, every time you try to fix something, it goes wrong.
Yeah. You have too much power.
Yeah. So we decided we were going to put some blackout shades in the trailer to kind of try to keep it cooler. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And the first ones we got, they were like faux wood. And I was like, okay, these are really nice, everything. Mm-hmm. And Janet goes, yeah, and we can cut them to fit the length of the window, And I was like, okay, well, I've got them for the width. You can cut. Okay. So that was our job. And I'm getting the stuff ready to hang up and she's cutting the length and now we're doing all this.
Uh-huh.
So we get it in there, and everything, this is going good. And we start pulling it down and it won't go all the way cover the window. And we're like, oh, man, what is going on? And she go, wait, I forgot to cut. So I thought, okay. So she had to cut a few more things. We cut those. We're pulling it down. Still 4 inches short. Okay? 4 inches short. And I'm like, look at the difference it's already going to make if we just had 4 more inches. And I'm telling you, the look on her face, she was so apologetic. I'm not even going to tell you what they cost, but those ended up in the trash because there was no other windows we could get them on.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Had to buy a different set. Mm-hmm, and we didn't cut those. We left those alone.
You remember the other day on the air, we were talking about basic skills that everybody should have. Yes. It seems like they don't. Is Janet like me where the tape measure just gets a little confusing?
Okay, now
because it's math.
In her defense, they said like for every, 2 slats, it's this many inches. I can't remember the exact instructions.
So they did the math wrong?
And so she was trying to, because she measured it and she was trying to figure it out. So she said, okay, if it's 2, then I need to do 4.5. So I'll go ahead and do 5. So that,
math.
It
was the dang math.
I gave her so much crap over
this.
Which,
okay. You should, but I feel her deeply in my soul. That is 100% a thing that I could do, which is why I'm not in charge of measuring things anymore.
The other thing I learned too is if you don't feel like there are days, right? You just don't feel like doing anything, right?
Yeah.
If you don't feel it, don't do it. Because before we put the blinds up, we also put this film on the window that's supposed to cut down the heat.
Uh-huh.
That was kind of an interesting look. She was putting the film on and cutting the film, and I was doing the I don't know if it's a squeegee, but
right, you're attaching it to the window. Yeah,
she got a little too quick on the cutting, and there was a couple little tears, and it was just not her day.
Maybe,
and I for once was like, oh, hallelujah! It's not just the guys.
I know you have done construction before. Did you mind your words, or maybe did the words measure twice, cut once slip out of your mouth at any point? Did that slip out, and then did you get a look?
Were you there? Yes.
I knew you were going to say it.
But I only said it once. The look I got, I was like, never mind.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, never mind. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Okay, I just had to share that because I thought it was just way too funny.
Relatable. We've all been there before, Jeff.
Okay, the other thing, I got a couple of things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So on the radio end of our show, every Wednesday we do Wet Nose Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We do it with the Oklahoma Humane Society. And this past Wednesday, they brought out Norma Louise.
Yes.
And during the interview we're doing with Rachael Anderson from the Humane Society, Norma Louise starts barking. And we're like, what is going on? We can't see anything. There's nobody there. The segment's over. We move on with our day. Literally 2 minutes after the segment's over, we get an email from Rachael, and I have it here, and it says, quote, "The foster just texted me and said, Norma Louise sometimes also barks at ghosts. Ha, ha, ha. That explains the barking."
Well, not so ha, 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 because there's an ongoing joke in this studio about it being haunted, and we had all sorts of computer issues today.
A former engineer, his name's Dennis, who has passed. We always say when something goes wrong in here, that it's the ghost of Dennis laughing at us and messing with us.
Yes.
How freaky was it that today we had all these computer issues? Well, actually, it was Wednesday, sorry. And then we bring in the dog who supposedly barks at ghosts, and she starts barking.
Out of nowhere. Nothing to spur that other than the ghost.
That's a little creepy.
Dennis was getting a good laugh at us today. A real good laugh.
Dennis, give us a break. Come on. All right, the final thing I had real quick. How you know how I am with certain, I guess I'm just really getting old. I really do, because certain things really start to bother me now. Mm-hmm. Do you have like a gas station etiquette thing or, guideline or just common
okay, what went wrong? And I'll tell you if it violates a courtesy.
So, usually, especially when you're traveling, okay, again, just got back from vacation, most C-stores, convenience stores, are very busy. Yeah. And you wait your turn at the gas pump. Okay. I don't know. How do I say this without sounding like such a horrible person? Who decides to pull up to a gas pump and not start their gas pump pumping and then go in the store and do whatever you need to do? Just parks there.
Maybe they were going to pay in cash.
But that wouldn't take long. I sat there and I don't know what, it seemed like this person used the gas pump as a parking spot. Okay, well, that's not cool. Went in and did all their business in there, which took forever, and then came out and decided to pump gas. To me, that's just that's not courteous. You're not being neighborly. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm so bad that after I finish pumping, if Janet is still in the store or if I need to go in the store, I will move to a parking spot.
I do that as well.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. I totally get that. My question is like, okay, if you are a person, and a lot of people do this, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm just hyper vigilant about everybody aware around me and want to be super courteous. I don't expect everybody to have that on the brain as often as I do. So I think a common thing is you start the pump and then you go in and get your stuff and come back. So my question is, just because he did that, it's not going to cost that much extra time, just the time to pump the gas, which he could have been double tasking and doing that while he was in there. But he's going to take the time he takes to get his stuff. He was going to be sitting at that spot for a long time either way. Oh, if that took the bulk of his time as being inside, even if he would have started it and gone inside, he was still in there a long time.
Okay, I get your point.
So it didn't add on that much time. But yeah, why wouldn't you that's the part that gets me. You got to be multitasking. Start that. But unless you're going in to pay, I get that. If you have to pay in cash, you can't just start the pump while you're at the pump. You got to walk in and pay and then start it. So maybe he did. I don't know. But
right. No, and that's not, well, I shouldn't say that's not what he did. I don't know that's what he did or did not do. I've just seen people do that before, and they go in, they pay, they come out, they start the pump. They either stay in their car while it pumps or they go back in and then finish whatever transaction they were doing.
I think the truth of it, Jeff, is that we are just more aware of these things than other people. Because I don't know. There's just two types of people in the world: the ones that are aware and the ones that aren't. And we just are those people.
You are so much nicer because you're saying that are aware and those are not. And I'm over here saying those that are courteous and those that are jerks.
They're just kind of living in their own world. I think I'm sure I've been guilty of that many times, and I just didn't realize what was happening around me.
It's all about me. I don't have to worry about it, man. I'll get out there when I get out there.
I'm trying to be positive. Okay, I told you before we went on the air. I hope you got some stuff because I don't really have anything. But a couple things occurred to me because we haven't done this in a couple weeks, and you've been gone. I forgot all the things that happened between here and there. So you were out on vacation. You do have a pool at your home, and you were generous enough to let me borrow that pool while you were gone to make up for the fact that I had to run a show all by myself.
Yes, I had to do something.
Why don't you just go relax at the pool, get some stress out? So I did borrow that pool quite a bit. Even had some friends over to celebrate my birthday. So that was really, really nice. We did a whole cookout. I bring this up. This is the too hot for radio thing. I'm gonna tell the
Are you
people.
going to talk about this?
Yes,
The
I
gift?
am. The gift that I got.
Hang on.
Because,
Hang on. Hang on. I got to go shut the door. Hang on.
Because we already covered, if you've listened to previous episodes, I have some back problems. I've got a crooked tailbone. There has been a butt ultrasound that was done that was a little invasive. So I just have some problems around that tailbone region, which would include the rectum.
The rectal area.
So it's an ongoing joke with friends that what I need is maybe something that you could put back there that would vibrate. I'm gonna let you fill in the blank.
There's already off the rails.
I'm gonna let you fill in the blank on what you think that device may be. So for my birthday, when we went over there, a friend did purchase me a plug. We'll just call it a plug.
That moves, oscillates. I believe was the word you used.
Oscillating. Well, you gotta get. It's what loosens up the muscle. Anyways, hilarious joke. Thought it was a really, really funny gift. But then proceeded to see how many things I could stick that to in Jeff's backyard.
This is what has haunted me since you told me this.
And I
cannot go in my backyard anymore.
It'll stick to the metal tables back there. It'll stick to the tile in the pool. What I loved doing is actually sticking it to the back of my phone, and it uses it like a phone stand.
Yeah.
It makes a really solid phone stand. But you will get some looks.
I literally went out in the backyard just the other day. I told you this with my dog, and I sat down for a minute, and then I went, "Oh, I don't know where she stuck that thing, baby. We got to go inside."
For the record, unused, fresh out of the box. Just want to make that clear. But so funny,
Yeah.
And so I showed you the picture of that. I was like, "Look what's been in your backyard."
Yeah.
So kind of adjacent to that, another thing that we kind of did. It was a group birthday thing. Got a lot of birthdays in June. I don't know if you've heard JK by Chef King here in OKC. Fantastic restaurant. They're doing a girl dinner thing right now. I don't know how long they're going to run this promotion. I think it goes like Monday through Thursdays, but you can go out there for dinner, make a reservation, $35. You get 3 courses. They're like smaller portions, of course. But you get 3-course meal, and it was awesome. Have you ever been out there to JK?
No, I haven't. Now, hey, I'm curious. I saw one of your posts. What was that disc that had your pictures on
That's
it?
exactly what I was going to go into. This is actually an espresso martini.
Get out of
and
here.
I'll post the picture of it over officially too. But you can send them a picture and it will print whatever picture into your foam on your espresso martini. It is next level. This was like the bougiest thing I've ever heard of.
When I saw it, I thought, okay, that looks like something they would do with an espresso deal. But then I thought, no, it is too intricate. That can't be. That's on the foam?
It's a foam printer. I didn't even know this kind of thing existed because I'm not
looks
that
like
bougie.
You burned that on a piece of wood.
It is so cool. And all you do is like airdrop it to the server and then the server took it over. So that's the picture that I chose. However, Beth decided to go with a different picture for her foam latte. I don't know if you recognize that picture or not. That picture is actually me sitting poolside with the phone using the plug as a stand. She wanted them to print the entire picture onto the foam latte. They just chose my head part of it. They did not get the phone in it. But you know that the person that saw that come across for the foam latte printer was like, I don't know that we can print this in a latte. Let's just...
Either that or they're going, hey, that's the coolest phone stand I've ever seen.
Looks really sturdy. They just printed my very smiling face because I thought it was so funny. I was using it as a phone stand, honestly. So
that is not right.
That's my shout out to JK by Chef King. Take advantage of that girl's dinner.
That is really cool. Goodness.
The shishito peppers, that was so good, Jeff. I got to get back over there for another
shishito, huh?
Shishito.
Did they give you the shishitos?
They did not. They gave me the yummos. Is that a thing? Anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's the too hot for radio section.
I can't believe we went there.
That's what I've been up to since our last podcast.
Okay.
I don't know that anybody needed to know that, but you know it anyway.
But boy, my lower back feels so much better. I'm sorry. I know you haven't used
medical,
it.
It's for medical purposes.
Used it, but I was like, or at least
medical purposes, Jeff.
Okay.
Are you ready to get to more serious questions?
Did you already grab one or am I doing it?
You're going first.
Oh.
That was a deep sigh.
Oh, I guess we're not supposed to pass. Unless,
you're not supposed to pick.
Okay. So it says, what moment of your life do you wish you could live again? You got one?
I have a few. I haven't narrowed it down. Did one pop out to you that was...
I mean, there's probably a few that I'd go, if I really put the big thought to it, that, that'd be fun to do again. But I don't know. To me, I always believe that the way your life goes is what makes you what you are.
That's not fun. This is just, you get to,
Okay.
I want to hit repeat
Well, then
on one section.
I would say, okay, if
Just
that's what you
real
want me to do, then I'd
and then
like
you
to go
jump back in.
I'd like to go back and play football again. I really would.
Oh yeah, and just
and not blow my knee
that,
out.
and
Yeah,
like
not blow my knee
pre-knee
out.
blowing out when it was all exciting, and
If nothing else, just finish the game against Mount St. Mary's. Okay, that's where I blew my knee out. Just finish that game. We were killing them.
I don't think you get to redo things in this. I think you're just picking a moment that you love that you would like to experience again because it was so
Well, then it's not
good.
playing football because that was no.
I thought you might just meant like you enjoyed playing football, so you would like to go back to a game maybe that you won big.
Yeah.
You didn't injure yourself on. You get to get that excitement.
Oh,
the
the
hype
game
of
that we got killed by Crescent, but yeah, I had like a 97-yard pass reception.
feeling good.
There you go. Take that.
It'd be nice to have that feeling again, I'm sure. My honest answer, I had 3 different really good dates that popped into my head. They were with different people, but they were all very enjoyable dates, all 3 of them. And I would like to relive any one of those 3.
Okay.
Yeah, they would all work. My question, what's a side of you that you only show to people you're close with? This is a hard one.
Yeah.
You're a pretty, you're kind of just you everywhere you are.
I pretty much am. I think
Unless there's a side you're not showing me, Jeff.
no, and I think because I have no problem sharing this because I share it with just about everybody. And if you know me, you know this is true. So I'm one of those people that if I'm polite to you, like overly polite to you, that really means that I'm just really not that into you. I'm just being polite to you. And you know this.
Overly polite.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I really like you, I'm ornery, I mess with you.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you give people crap, it's a sign of affection
for you. Oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, then just 2 things. It's either I don't know you, and I'm just being polite.
Like it's more of I don't know you, so I don't feel like I can razz you like that.
Well, there are people that are have been and are in my life that you have to be around because of one reason or another,
right?
And you really don't click, so I'm just polite.
Yours nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I think this might be true for both of us. Yeah, I think yours slips out a little bit more. We can both get pretty frustrated and angry at stuff. And we can both go from a 1 to 11 pretty fast. And I think it comes out different ways. And because we have a fun job and on the air, you don't want to show that. You don't want to let that sink into your job. That's not great for the position that we're in. So you probably wouldn't necessarily think that any of that happens behind the scenes while hopefully you don't think that. You don't think, oh, they sound pissed. But there's stuff that pops up that's today. Computer problem. There was just so much frustration happening in here. So yeah, I think that probably doesn't come across on the air. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I hope we do a good job hiding
but
that.
Yes, occasionally we go from 1 to 11 with frustrations on things. But the good side of that is we have each other to vent to. Since we're both like that, when one of us goes to 11, we're like, you know what? Just they need to let it out.
Let it out.
Let them have their little fit. Tell them to take a breath. Maybe step out if you need to just step out and take a break, and we'll get back to this. And it seems to work. But yeah, I think that's a thing for both of us.
No, I think you're right. Yeah. That's good.
At least we've got it in common. So we can make it work.
Yeah, except I don't smash a keyboard or, get
a
bruise on my wrist.
Jeff, I need the space bar to work. That's all. And I need it to be very precise. Editing, when I tell you to stop, I need you to stop right there. Not 2 seconds later. See, I'm going to go to 11. We better stop this podcast.